send it over. We made a video on how to send XRP for the pool setup, so we're going to watch that real quick, and we're going to go through this a little bit faster. So this is just how to get the pools, but what we're going to look at here is how do you get deposits. So here it is, very simple. When you go to your BitNex, you can see there's XRP here, right? And basically what that is, let me make that full screen for you. So what that is that on your XRP, right, you type in the search button, find XRP. If you slide all the way to the right, there's a deposit section. You're right there, you see? And all you're going to do is you're going to click deposit, right? Now deposit is going to basically pull up your address where you need to send it, and it's going to pull up a memo number, right? Just make sure that when you're copying your address, right, you see how this address here is a little R and there's a D at the end, right? So you're just going to make sure that you remember that when you do an address, you're always looking for the first and last letter to be right. And then the other thing is, once you get your memo, you got to make sure that when you paste your memo, right, you're going to make sure that you look at the first number and the last number in the memo. So a 3 and a 9. So when you do send yourself XRP, you want to make sure that you're sending. You go to your deposit, hit XRP. It's going to give you an address, which on this it'll actually be the same address here because this is inside BitNex. So that little R, little D. But the only difference is going to be the memo. The memo is going to be your memo, right? So like what we're saying here, right? So here, deposit. We're going to click deposit. And then we're going to select XRP. That's our, we already have it. We're going to hit network. We're going to pick Ripple. And then here you can see that right there, here's the, see how it says deposit address, little R, big D right there. And then my memo number is 256-866-5776, right? Your memo number will be different. So when you're going to Robinhood or anything like that, it's going to ask you for XRP. It's going to ask you for a deposit address, little R, big D. You're going to copy that one from BitNex, right? Copy it from BitNex, put it in your Robinhood. You can also, the cool thing about Robinhood, since it's on your phone, you can click on the SD code right there, that little QR code, and you just take your phone and it'll actually use the QR code, and Robinhood will take that right in. And then over to the right, you see how it says memo. You can click on the QR code right here, right next to the copy button, and that'll open up a QR code for your memo as well. So you can, you know, snapshot your memo in there. But you just want to make sure you double check that your memo is the same in there, the 2576 at the end, and that's it. There's your memo. So your memo is different than mine because that's your account. This is my account, right? So we just hit copy. Very simple. I always like to double copy, triple sometimes, just to make sure it's correct. But like I said, with your Robinhood, you should be able to just click on your computer, click on the QR code, and then you could just scan it with your phone. So it makes it pretty simple, pretty easy to do, and that's pretty much it. But I can, you know, at any time when you get all that set up and you're ready to, you know, rock and roll, like I said, do a test, send yourself $100, and when it shows up on your BitNex, then you know you did it right. Then just repeat the process, and that's pretty much it. All right, so I hope